go through, excuse me, to go through this topic called performing data transformation in SPSS. I know it's important for most of us to do this data transformation for various data that we need to work on. So, but before we proceed, please kindly consider subscribing, liking and commenting. That's a motivation to me, at least for what I'm doing, sharing the knowledge with you practically. Please remember to subscribe. Data transformation in SPSS involves changing the format, structure, or value of data to prepare it for analysis. Common transformations include creating new variables, recording, not recording, but recording existing variables, and applying mathematical functions. Okay, so let's assume, and by the way, you should, this tutorial will be very much helpful if you have your SPSS program on already installed on a computer and it's running, and even if you don't have any data in it, you can try to follow up on what I'm explaining. So launch your SPSS and then you import your data. Importing data, if you have in Excel format or any other format you want to import into this program, then you go to File and select Import. You go to File and Import. So I'm not going to import because, as you can see, my data is already here. So we are going to use this data for this tutorial. And okay, import. Import, I can see where import is. Okay, open. Okay, open or new. Okay, so this data we're going to use for this tutorial, and we are going to start by creating new variables. Creating new variables from existing ones is one of the common tasks, and it could include calculating totals, differences, or averages. Now, to compute these variables, you go to transform. I think you can see transform on the upper left part. Transform, then you click on that one, then you go to compute variables, the very first menu, compute variables. Then in the target variable here, in this variable, in this dialog box, enter the name for your new variable. Let's say the name, let's call it TYU. Okay, let's call it that way for the time being. And then in the numeric expression box, enter the formula for the new variable. For example, to create a variable that is the sum of two variables, enter variable 1 and plus variable 2. Okay, you may write VAR1 and VA plus VAR2. Okay, VAR1 plus VAR2. Sorry. My plus sign is not responding on my keyboard. Okay, but okay, responded. So plus VAR2. Okay, VAR2. So that's what we have to feed this formula. This is an example. We will do a practical example.